I have a skull.
Yeah, you do.
You have a skull.
Mm-hmm.
But I became a human skull.
I hope this has something to do with today's
Oh,
show.
no. It's like with people. We were skulls together.
Sure. Okay.
You know what? You're going to watch it and you're going to feel stupid for even questioning my logic.
Hi, I'm Bridget Treen.
I won't stand to be disparaged. And I'm Corey Amato, and you're watching MashUp.
So, Sunday rolls around, you meet up with some friends for a cookout, and by 8 o'clock, you're looking for something to do. How about music? How about multiple bands? How about a show that'll only cost you $1? Seriously, $1? Corey got the story from the man. That would be per beer.
One Night Only, how exactly did this come about? Where did the idea come from, or even?
One Night Only was an idea to do something on Sunday nights, where usually in Richmond things aren't happening as well, or just in general, it seems like we kind of shut down entertainment-wise. The first one was great. We had a really good time. We've got 3 more planned out for the summer, and if they go well, then we'll just keep doing them.
What bands do you guys have lined up so far?
We're talking with all kinds of local bands. Richmond has such a diverse collection of bands. We're talking to a lot of pop bands like Hot Lava. There's, we just have a big database of bands that we work with here at Gallery 5 anyway, like David Schultz and the Skyline plays here quite a bit. Mermaid Skeletons have been here. There's a great band called Palominos. We're trying to just make it fun and have a lot of people come out and kind of pull from every different part of the musical community in Richmond. The idea is this event, so if you see 3 certain bands in order on a Sunday night for $1, we'll never repeat it. So it's going to be for that one night only. So we're trying to make it so that it forces us to keep different shows happening. That way we don't put on the same event. With the time for this is it's late enough in the evening to where you'll feel comfortable going to hear a band, but it gets out early enough to, for those people that need to
want to go.
So let's say you have to work really early in the morning. Well, the show ends at 11.
I'm assuming there's alcohol, right?
There's lots. Yeah, I had.
That's just really important to me personally. So
We had, I think we had about 130 people here last time, and so that's a pretty good crowd to play for, especially if it's one of your first shows in the area. So, the idea is to kind of get these newer bands to play with some of the more seasoned pros in Richmond.
and it's $1.
It's $1.
Ridiculous.
You have to lose. I guess.
I mean $1, but
I suppose so.
I don't know about you, but I'm always interested in hearing live music. And at only $1 to get in, hell, a person can dig up that in their couch cushions. But you might want to dig a little longer to have money for a PBR or 2. The 3rd Sunday of the month is starting to look pretty appealing. Noah Scalin has been making a skull a day for a year now. And talk about a serious commitment. He said the idea came to him as a totally random thought, and I think we've pretty much all had those. Sunday, he gathered a group on Belle Isle to create a skull out of people, some who may have been just a little bit tired, but were still able to look quite skull-like.
I wish I had a great story about how this formulated, but the idea popped in my head one day. I just thought,
Skulls.
I should make a skull a day for a year, and then I did. But it was funny about it was I sent it just to my friends first. I think I'd made 3 or 4 and said, I guess I'm going to keep doing this, so let me tell people about it. And then there were a bunch of comments on the 5th one or something, and I got freaked out, I'm not going to get any better than this. This is it, right? I thought I peaked around 10, and I was like, oh, I'm in trouble. And here I am at 364, 365 tomorrow, so, I made it. So then I started going to the art store and the thrift store and asking friends for help, and that's when it got really fun. Was that I started asking a lot of my friends, hey, I'm, this is getting near the end. I've done everything I can ever think of. What's left? Yeah. And so that's when people started going, oh, you can come to my store. You can use this. You can come over and we'll cook together, whatever. And so that's actually been my favorite part of it. I'll say I never ran out of ideas. I never got bored with skulls, but I got really just tired, physically, mentally worn out. And there was never a day where I was I don't want to do this. It was more I don't mind doing this, but I wish I didn't have to do everything else in my life. I haven't had a weekend off in a year. I took a vacation, and on vacation I made skulls, you know. So I couldn't even fully relax because the whole time I'm going, well, what am I going to do today? You know, so I have to make sure that there is something done, and I couldn't really relax any day without having made something. You know, I thought this would make a nice book, and once it started getting popular, and about 100 in was, you know, it was getting kind of a lot of attention. I was like, wow, this is pretty cool, and I sort of put it out there like, hey, I'd like to make a book. I don't know how one goes about that, and so I started trying to figure this out, and then I got an email from a person who's a publishing agent saying, do you want to make a book? And I said, yes, I do. So weirdly, that actually just kind of worked out. Book is coming out in October. And it will be out everywhere, which is really fantastic. The next project is called League of Space Pirates, and that's my sort of big conceptual thing that I've been working on for a long time, and I think the time is right now. Everybody likes my skulls. They're going to love space pirates.
Noah made his last skull yesterday, a skull cake. So what's next? A book. Scheduled for release in October, Noah's book called What Else? Skulls will feature a selection of images from the Skull-A-Day project as well as some DIY stuff. We'll tell you more about it this fall.
Today's featured poster is Race the Sun at Alley Cats this Friday, June 6th. With Every Avenue, Patent Pending, Just Surrender, and the Half Jeffersons. Tickets are only $10 in advance for what's sure to be another high-energy show. See them now before they break up again, and again, and again.
Corey, we've been covering a lot of music lately.
Like gazillions,
It's awesome.
if music. And if you haven't had enough, you can check back on Friday when we interview another local RVA band. Until then, I'm Corey Amato.
And I'm Bridget Petrini.
Both of you guys take one step to your right. To your right. No, too much. Go back.
You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around.
Her arm's going out. Yeah, don't move your left arm very much, babe.
Okay.
Can I move my arms?
Okay, you guys are
Just
good.
move my right arm.
ADD. Music. Sorry.
Wow.
Music.
What you just said you were going to say.
Okay.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Whew, we've been talking about a lot of music lately, haven't we?
Definitely. That was definitely.
3, 2.
Man, Corey, we've been covering. All right, you're. Woo, Corey, we've been covering. I can't do woo. That's weird. Okay.
If you can't get enough of local RVA music, check back on Friday for our new mashup sessions. Until then, oh yes. Until then, I'm Corey.
And I'm Bridget Petrini.
Yes. If you can't get enough,
Which we can't.
I know I can't. Check back on Friday for a new interview with the band.
With a rubber band.
And if you haven't had enough of that, check back on Friday with an interview with another local. Did that make sense? Okay. Me talk
Until then.
pretty one day.
Yeah, right.